almost time for class. Get all your last props and china gels and whatever else you need, and we'll start on time. Come on, boy. You gonna be part of class? Huh? Want to sit on the couch? No? We'll put your little a pillow? A pillow for you? Gloria, I'm starting class, okay?
All right.
So they might contact you, just be available. Thank you. We're there, almost there. Let's see. All right, let's start on time. Good morning, everyone. Nice to see you. Jeremy here. I'm very excited to be with you this morning, feeling very inspired, very uplifted. And we're going to start by chanting Om and Shanti. Think of Om as the great eraser for your mind, and then we fill that space with the light of Shanti. If you just want to listen, that's fine. Just pause here for a moment, close your eyes, and just feel the effects of the mantra. My teacher Manorma says that mantra is supposed to quiet the mind and open the heart. So use it for that. To begin to slow down the chitta vrittis, the whirlings of the mind. Today we're going to chant from our Jivamukti chant book. It's page 5 and it's number 16. It's Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivamukti, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam Muda Mate. Translation: good and virtuous company gives rise to non-attachment. From non-attachment comes freedom from delusion. With freedom from delusion, one feels the changeless reality. Experiencing that changeless reality, one attains liberation in this life. I am is the ocean of awareness. Realizing this, one feels, I am not the body and mind, although I have a body and mind. Realize Govinda, realize Govinda, realize Govinda in your heart, O wise one. We'll sing it together. Satsangatve Nisangatvam. Together. Satsangatve Nisangatvam. Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Buddhamate, Bhaja Govindam, Buddhamate. Let's try it from the top all together. Satsangatve Nisangatvam Nisangatve Nirmohatvam Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam Nischalatatve Jivamukti Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Buddhamate. And Sharon says that mantra is protection for our mind. So chanting together, chanting by yourself, is very powerful for your mind. Helps slow down those chitta vrittis. Today we're going to look at the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. We don't do that all the time. Selection from the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it's page 21. It's the 4th chapter, it's the 1st verse. So this beautiful school of teaching is telling us, Namah Shivaya Gurave, Nada Bindu Kala Atmane, Nirdhyana Padam Yati, Nityam Tatra Parayanaha. Salutations to the Nadam, which is the inner guide, the inner life, the dispenser of happiness to all. It is the inner guru appearing as the Nada, Bindu, and Kali. One who is devoted to the inner guru, the Nada, the inner music, obtains the highest bliss. So I was thinking for today's class, I wanted to teach about enlightenment. You know, it's promised to us that we'll continually experience many enlightenments in this lifetime. And it's important to. It's the 8th limb of Ashtanga Yoga. Right? It's the goal that we're reaching for. But even in the practice, we don't have to become completely enlightened to experience enlightenment. What do I mean by this? Well, if you've ever felt deep love, profound love, like falling in love, could be with another person, could be with a place, could be with a little furry animal. That feeling you feel, like you are able to do anything, that you could walk on the air, you could handle any problem that comes because that love is so profound, that is the enlightened you. If you've ever experienced spring fever, like after a cold season and you walk out upon a beautiful day, the temperature is perfect, the smell in the air is sweet, everything is vibrant in color. Again, that feeling that you feel in that moment of spring fever, that is that enlightened state. And what yoga philosophy teaches us is that the person that you feel totally, completely in love with didn't create that feeling. Instead, what they did is they held up a big mirror so that you could see who you really are. The same with spring fever. Spring fever didn't create that beautiful feeling. Again, it's just a big mirror held up so you could get a glimpse of that enlightened you. I was trying to think of a couple of people that have created that for me, other reflections. The first one I thought of is my daughter, Gloria. And especially when she was a little girl, when she was a toddler, maybe in her first couple of years of preschool, or her first year of preschool and then kindergarten. When she looked at me, I was Superman. I was like the most powerful person on the planet. And I always kid myself, I want to be that person that she sees. But I think what I missed is I am that person that she sees. You know, when I can slow down the whirlings of the mind, when I can stop those chitta vrittis, set them aside for a moment, what remains is that enlightened self. The second person I thought of as I get emotional was my grandmother, Hilda Jean. She's from Oklahoma, thus the name Hilda Jean. And, she loved and adored me my whole life that she was here. We spent every summer with her for a couple of months, me and my brother, with her and my grandfather. And she was always just beaming love at me. She just adored me. Remembering her reminds me it's important that we surround ourselves with people in our lives, a satsang, if you will, of people who reflect back to us who we really are. And the important piece of the satsang we just sang about is you're setting aside all of your difficulties, all of the things that are troubling you in the world when you get together with the satsang. Because satsang is defined as the ones that are seeking the light. We're putting everything outside that practice space so that we can really focus on what is real. And when we are able to do that, something beautiful is created. That hope that we might have lost momentarily is reestablished. I'll tell you one little story and then we'll get into our very difficult yoga practice. So I was fortunate enough to be on a Zoom call this morning with my beloved teacher, Ruth Laura-Manente. I want to say it was like 3 years ago. She was going through a really hard time. And I had the opportunity to go to New York, I think it was for about 10 days by myself. No wife, no Amanda, no kids. It was just me. And what I did is I treated that 10 days as a yoga retreat. It was amazing. I went to 2 yoga classes a day. I stayed in Brooklyn with my best friend Dave. I'd go up and see my dad and my stepmom. And in between, I was just, available. I had just gotten through my own personal, really difficult time with something in business. Kind of ruined me in a lot of ways. But it forced me to practice yoga more, to seek the satsang more, to experience the light more. I never forget, I reached out to Ruth, we got together, and we spent the morning, afternoon, we held hands walking around NYU. We went to a little cafe, because we're friends. She's my teacher, but she's also a friend. And what I gave to Ruth that day, because she was having a difficult day, is I gave her all of the light she'd given me. For a long time, or for storytelling, I beamed it back to her, I created a place of stability for her. I created a place of support for her. And I told her how much I loved and appreciated her and valued her in my life. The important thing about that is it's separate from whatever the situation she was going through. This had nothing to do with that. But it was a calling I had at that moment to be there for her as something steady, joyful, something full of light. Now, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that I provided that for her that day, And that's the enlightened state. When we can put all of our troubles aside for a moment, we can slow down the whirlings of the mind. When we sit in meditation, we just watch the mind. That I am, that self that is separate from the mind, separate from the body. We need to practice our yoga practices so we can experience enlightenment a little bit every day. And then what that does is it leaves room for the suffering. It leaves a space for those difficult challenges we are facing today. think of that idea as acting as if. Act as if that you are enlightened. Act as if that everything is okay, is fine today. Create a place for others to be attracted to. Like, I want to feel like that today. I want to experience myself that way. And that's what the satsang provides. So that's my talk today. Sorry for the emotion, but you guys who come to class regularly know that that's what happens in my class. You can tell your family members, yeah, I went to class and the teacher cried. It was really amazing. So, all right, let's get into our physical practice. Come and stand in Tadasana mountain pose at the front of your mat. Bring your hands to prayer and offer up your practice to someone you love and adore. Begin your Ujjayi breathing, audible breath. Sounds like the ocean in the back of your throat. On your exhale, release your arms down. We're going to start with a variation of sun salutation. Inhale, lift your thumbs, bring your hands forward and overhead, arch back. Exhale, folding forward with bent knees, and release your hands behind. Draw your arms long. Inhale, place your hands down. Step back with your right foot into lunge. Look up, taking it slow to begin. Exhale, left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly roll forward to plank position. Exhale, bend the elbows a little bit or a lot. Lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, slowly roll forward to plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor, seat is high. Inhale, push through to a low cobra. Then through bent knees, push your seat to your heels, come back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward into lunge, look up. Exhale, left foot meets the right, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees slightly, hook your thumbs. Bring your hands forward and overhead, arch back, straight legs. Exhale, folding forward with bent knees, and release your hands behind you. Draw the arms long. Inhale, place your hands down. Stick back with your left foot into lunge, look up. Exhale, your right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank position. Exhale, lower, chaturanga, keep the elbows close to the body. Inhale, upward facing dog, chest pulls through. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor, seat is high. Inhale, push through to a low cobra. Through bent knees, push your seat to your heels, come back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward into lunge, look up. Exhale, right foot meets the left, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees slightly, hook your thumbs. Bring your hands forward and overhead, arch back. Exhale, release your hands to prayer. Pause in action. Put all of your small self qualities to the side. Instead, experience the enlightened you, separate from the body and mind. Breathing in. On the exhale, release your arms down. We'll pick up the pace a little bit. Inhale with your thumbs, bring your hands forward and overhead, arch back. Exhale, folding forward with bent knees and release your hands behind. Draw the arms long. Inhale, hands down, step back, look up. Exhale, step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank position. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, push through to a low cobra. Through bent knees, push back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward into lunge, look up. Exhale, left foot meets the right, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees slightly, hook your thumbs, bring your hands forward and overhead. Exhale, folding forward with bent knees, and release the hands, draw the arms long. Inhale, hands down, step the left foot back, look up. Exhale, the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank position. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward, plank position. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the floor. Inhale, push through to a low cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward into lunge. Exhale, right foot meets the left, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees slightly, hook your thumbs. Bring your hands forward and overhead. Arch back. Exhale, releasing your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Pause in action. Close the eyes. Breathe in and breathe out. Again, the 8th limb of yoga, of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, Ashtanga Yoga, is enlightenment. Bliss. We are supposed to practice this a little bit every day. On your exhale, release your arms down. Inhale, bend your knees deeply, lift the prayer up. Utkatasana. Exhale, diving forward, place your hands down. Inhale, come to a flat back. Exhale, step forward, jump back, slowly lower. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down. Lift the prayer overhead, warrior one, and we're going to hold here. Today I want you to take any variation you feel most steady and joyful in. Palms apart, palms together. Try to relax the shoulders though and lift the chest. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. From here you're going to inhale, straighten the right leg. You're going to change position of your feet. Left toes forward, right toes in. Exhale, bend the left knee, warrior one. Again, take a moment here. Make some adjustments. Make it your own. And then look for your gaze, equal breath. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Here comes Sharon. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale, a breath here. Exhale, open the arms wide. Second warrior pose. Again, take a moment here. Make some adjustments. And then look for a pose that you feel steady and joyful in. You feel steady. You can bring your gaze easily beyond the middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Change position of your feet. Right toes forward, left toes in. Exhale, bend your right knee. Second warrior pose. Again, take a moment. Take some adjustments. And then hold steady, gazing beyond the middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Inhale. Exhale, 5. From here, you're going to inhale. Place your hands down. Step back. Go forward to plank position. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Shake the head out. Lever the lips. We know from mantra, what we repeat over and over in our mind, we become that. So it's important to practice enlightened principles. It's important to bring the light in every day to affect the mind, instead of staying in a place of darkness, of gloom, of worry, of fear. If you feel like you're stuck there, act as if. Move towards your practices. Recite mantra, meditation, do asana. Be connected to your satsang. From here, we're going to walk the feet towards the front of the mat. When you get to the front of the mat, separate the feet hip distance apart, and then forward bending any way you'd like. Take hold of big toes, grab hold of either elbow. Just make a definitive choice where you want to be, and then stay here. Allow the body to fall forward. Keep the weight equally in your feet. Continue with your Ujjayi breathing. non-attachment. Digging deep for the hope that we are. The enlightened you, it's just right there. It's just a reflection away. Your next exhale, release your arms, take a soft bend of your knees, inhale, gently roll up to a standing position. And then step or jump your feet together, hands to prayer. And then close the eyes, we're going to chant Om with Sharon here one time. Inhale a breath. Making a connection with that most powerful mantra as a way to help the mind, to protect the mind. Alright, on your next inhale, you're going to step or jump wide to your right. You're going to turn your right toes in. Right toes towards the right wall, left toes in. Inhale the arms to shoulder height. Exhale, reach as far forward towards the right side as you can. Lightly bend at the right hip and place the right hand down. And then with this stability through the strength from the legs, little weight in that left hand, reach up through the left side. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Inhale a breath here. Exhale, left arm comes over the ear. 3 more breaths, optional. Bring the arms parallel. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale, release the right hand down, left arm up. Inhale, come all the way up. Bring your hands to your hips, change position of your feet. Left toes forward, right toes in. Inhale the arms to shoulder height. Exhale, reach as far towards the left side as you can. Lightly bend the left hip, place the left hand down, extend the right arm up. Again, stability through the base of the pose, the standing legs, the feet. As you reach up through the left side, try to slow the chitta vrittis by controlling the breath. Equal inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Exhale the air out. Inhale here. Exhale. Right arm comes up and over the ear. 3 more breaths. Optional. Left arm parallel to the right. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Release the left hand down. Right arm up. Inhale, come all the way up, and then step or jump to the front of the mat, hands to prayer. So just to know, because I'm talking, and I don't usually talk when I do my asana, I need to drink a little liquid. But you out there, you shouldn't drink during class because you're trying to move energy up towards that enlightened place. Anytime you take a pause to drink water, it moves the energy down for digestion. So suggested by really wise yogis that you wait till after class. It's okay to be a little thirsty during practice. Okay, that's my public service announcement. Back to hands in prayer. All right, from here we're going to take Nataraj Asana, Dancing Shiva. It's one of my favorite standing poses. You're going to start by bending both knees, find something eye level for your gaze. Let's start with the left knee, bend the left knee, grab hold of the left ankle. Keep the right leg bent for stability to begin. You're going to bring your right arm up. Inhale, lift your left knee as high as you can. Exhale, pull the left ankle away as you begin to balance. Find that place. Find that dance. Right? This is the dance of life. Shiva is the destroyer. He's removing places of darkness, places of ignorance from our lives so that light can shine through. You know, I think of my grandmother a lot when I am struggling. I look up into the blue sky and I see her there. I tell her, say, Grandmother, I love you, I miss you, and I feel her warm embrace back. Whatever dark place I find myself in isn't so dark anymore. On your next inhale, you're going to come upright, bring the knees together, release the foot to the floor, give everything a little shake out. we'll try to decide. Bending both knees, feet are together, look for your gaze place. This time, bend the right knee. Grab hold of the right ankle. Keep the left knee bent for stability. Left arm comes up. Inhale, right knee as high as you can. Exhale, begin to pull the ankle away. Find your balance. Find your dance here. Again, think of this dance of waving the light in, putting all your problems aside so the enlightened you can come in its place. The one that is full of love, full of life. And your next inhale, come upright, knees together. Use the foot to the floor, give everything a little shake out here. And then step or jump, feet together at the front of the mat. Pause for a breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Krishna tells Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, take actions for action's sake. Right? Be a good person. Display loving action because it's in your best interest. And people are watching us. They're mimicking what we do. So display something beautiful. Display something kind, something attractive. And guess what? They're going to treat you the same way. And if they don't, doesn't matter. Not your business. On your next inhale, you're going to bend your knees deeply, lift the prayer, Utkatasana. Exhale, diving forward, place your hands down. Inhale, come to a flat back, look up. Exhale, step or jump back. Slowly lower, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Keeping your left heel turned up, step your right foot forward into lunge. Lift the arms alongside the ears. Exhale a breath here. Try to relax shoulders as you reach up through the fingertips. Lift the chest and the gaze. We're going to take a twist from here. If you want to bring the left knee to the floor for more stability, please do that. Inhale a breath. Exhale, twist to the right side. Left elbow to the outside of the knee, hands to prayer. Option to stay here or bring your left hand to the outside of the right foot to the floor. Extend the top arm up and over the ear. You're coming into your full bind. Come into your full bind. Inhale. Exhale. One. Breathe on your own. You get glimpses of that enlightened you in practice in a pose like this that all of a sudden feels amazing. Wow, I'm so happy to be me. I'm so happy to be in this body, in this mind. Your next inhale, place your hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Option to stay here or go through the vinyasa one time on your own. Like breath and movement. And we'll try the other side. Keep the right heel turned up. Step your left foot forward into lunge. Lift the arms alongside the ears. Again, take a moment here. Find a stable seat. Bend the front knee. Push the back heel away as you reach up through the fingertips. Relax shoulders. Lift the chest and your gaze. Coming into a twist here. Again, bring the back knee to the floor if that helps bring more stability. Inhale a breath. Exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow to the outside of your knee. Hands to prayer. And stay here. Feet on the other side. Bring your right hand to the outside of the left foot to the floor. Extend the left arm up and over the ear. We're coming to your full bind. Standing spinal twist. Hold and breathe here. On your next inhale, place your hands down. Step back to downward facing dog. An option to stay here or go through the vinyasa one time on your own. And then we're all going to meet in child's pose. Bring your knees to the floor. Seat your heels, forehead down. Right? Pose of surrender. Pose of neutrality. Right? Practice enlightenment. Put your best face on. It's a powerful move when you are so troubled by something. You see someone you love and you're able to set it aside for a moment. You don't have to tell them the terrible news. You can just instead enjoy that moment with them and maybe share that news with somebody else. You know what I'm talking about. On your next inhale, you're going to come up. It's like when you tell so many people the terrible news and then you get to the 12th person and you go, you know what? I think I've gotten it out of my system. I'm just going to be in the here and now with them. I'm going to smile. I'm going to experience the enlightened me. They don't need to be troubled with my suffering at this moment. Be in the moment. Be in the satsang. All right, today we're going to work on tripod headstand. How about that? So you want to create this tripod. If you want to work on a regular headstand, half or full, commence it on your own. So his hands are about shoulder distance apart. Spread the fingers wide. This is 2 points of the tripod. Then you're going to bring the top of the head on the floor far enough in front of you that your hands are on alongside your face. I see this a lot in class. So try to keep the hands far away. And then to gain more stability, push your elbows towards one another. Tuck the toes under, straighten the legs. You can stay here. You can experiment bringing one or both knees onto the backs of the arms. And then experiment lifting one or both legs up. A little more advanced, play with the shape of your tripod and then come up into your tripod. Hold for 5 breaths. After 5 breaths, come down slowly with control. Use the strength in your navel. Once you come down, you can stack one fist on top of the other. Bring your forehead on top of the structure. I learned this from Michelle from Louisiana. Actually, it was in the Bahamas at Shivananda in 2000. Now from here, we're going to work on our moving towards a handstand practice. We're going to vehicle up donkey kicks. So you're going to come in downward facing dog. Bring your feet together, maybe a little bit closer in. Then you're going to inhale. You're going to try to kick the heels to the seats. Right? It doesn't have to be anything more than that. If you want to come up into your full handstand, that's an option. Right? If you want to throw the legs up, find the full pose, you can do that. After you've given it a try, rest in child's pose. And let go of whatever you found. Right? Take the action for the action's sake. Alright, we're going to try a second way with the donkey kicks. We're going to keep one leg straight. So I'm going to step the left foot in. On inhaling, use a straight leg to counterlever me up as I kick the left heel to the seat. Switch sides if you want. If you want to come all the way up in your handstand, come up. After you've given that a try, again, rest in child's pose. Try to slow down the chitta-vrittis. Witness the mind. All right, from here we're going to come to downward facing dog when you're ready. On your next inhale, you're going to roll forward to plank position. You're going to exhale, lower knees, chest, chin to the floor. We're going to hold here. Option, interlace your hands behind you. Bring your hands alongside the lower ribs on an inhale. Push through to a baby cobra. And then through bend knees, push your seat to your heels. Come back to downward facing dog. Sometimes we're put in difficult situations in life, sometimes in asana. We use the difficult situations in asana to help protect the mind. To recite beautiful mantra to slow the breathing down. Inhale, roll forward, plank position. Exhale, lower all the way down through Chaturanga Dandasana. You're going to bring your arms alongside the body. On an inhale, you're going to lift your head, chest, straight legs off the floor. Shalabhasana. Steady gaze. Popular gaze here along the sidelines of your nose for 2. Exhale, release down. Bring your face to one side. Take a breath. God protect me. Forehead down, hands alongside the lower ribs on the inhale. Push to upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. From here, you're going to look forward. You're going to bend your knees. And you're going to step, walk, or jump. Stand on your knees and your feet flexed under for rabbit pose. So usually at this point in the back bending series, we come into our Dhanurasana bow pose. We grab the ankles and we lift up, balancing on the navel. The same idea in rabbit, but you're just turned on its side. Navel is still active, reaching towards the front wall. Your hands to the lower back. Begin to push the lower back away to initiate the back bend as you move the navel forward. Head comes back less. Strength is in the base of the pose, the legs, the hips, the navel. You want to release the hands to the heels, do that. And keep moving the navel towards the front wall. Hold and breathe. If it feels really good, smile. Right? Accentuate that blissful you. If it doesn't feel great, smile. Remind yourself of that enlightened you. The head's going to come up last. Use the strength in the legs, the hips, the navel. Come up. And then untuck the toes. Come and sit down. Tuck the chin in and just take a moment here. Slow the whirlings of the mind down. When you begin to experience that part of yourself that's never changing, you begin to realize that there's room for sadness. There's room for calamity in the outside world. But you realize that your inside life has nothing to do with your outer life. You need to kind of straddle those two places. Bliss. Alright, come up onto your knees. You do rabbit a second time. Keep the toes tucked under. You're going to come into Ustrasana camel pose. You're going to bring the tops of the feet together. Hands in the lower back again. Push the lower back away to initiate the movement in the back bend. Navel begins to move forward. Here's the strength. You're moving towards the front wall. And if you want, grab hold of the backs of the heels. Oh, it feels so good. This is why we do our practice, so you can remember the goodness. Remember that love that we feel. Head comes up last. Strength comes from the base. Then come and sit down. Tuck the chin in. Pause in action. One of the things that Sharon repeats a lot, repeats in my mind a lot, is the way that we treat others is going to inform us the way that others treat us. And so the way we treat others, it's like that karmic reflection. They'll treat us back that way. And then the way that we are treated back is going to show us who we are. So if we're kind and loving and compassionate in the world, chances are we're going to come around a lot of people who are going to reflect that back to us. But if we're small-centered, ego-centered, thinking about ourselves, probably going to come across the opposite a lot. You know, it's like when you're in a bad mood or feeling down, you kind of attract others like that. But when you're enlightened, you're feeling full of joy, you experience the other people who are in that same state, that oneness of being. All right, from here, let's come and lie on our backs. We're going to take a little twist here in between our back bends, because that camel was pretty deep. You're going to draw your knees near your chest. You're going to bring your knees over to the left as you bring your right arm and gaze over to the right. This could be that amazing pose. And then close the eyes. And then even if you don't want to, I want you to fake a smile right now. So if this has nothing to do with your thinking mind and ego, it's just a natural response from that beautiful feeling you have inside. Maybe it is on a spring day. around someone that you profoundly love. Again, that's who you really are. That's just a natural occurrence that sometimes reveals itself in the physical body. You can lose the smile now if you'd like. Inhale, bring the knees center. Exhale, the knees over to the right side. And then gaze over the left shoulder. This is Sharon also, this music. That's why Sharon gave us the mantra, let's go. Let go of your attachments. Let go of your BS. Let go of your small self stuff. And then allow to take its place that is light, that is bliss. And coming center. From here, you're going to separate your feet about hip distance apart. We're going to take a half wheel. Heels are close to the seat. Feet are parallel. On inhale, lift your lower, middle, upper back off the floor. And then today, you can either grab onto the ankles. You can interlace hands, trying to create a better stable base on the shoulders. If you're using a block for more restorative, slide the block underneath. Important here that you don't close off the throat. Don't jam the chin to the chest. Keep the throat fluid. Keep that place open. But this will help you hear more deeply. It'll help the words come more clearly out of your mouth. I believe Mike D produced that song. Coming down, another yogi, Jivamukti student. Pausing here for a breath. I want you to bring your hands to prayer between your eyebrows. And I want you to think of a beautiful place, a beautiful moment. I feel like it was like last year, maybe like a year and a half ago. Ruth came out, a family member had passed away here in California. And her and Robert came out, and I took them out to the Marin Headlands. They'd never been there. We took this beautiful walk by the ocean. So magical. I definitely felt enlightened in that moment. Think of a place like that and then offer this action up to that remembrance of who you are. Half wheel on your own, full wheel, hands alongside the ears, underneath the shoulders. Push into your hands and feet, come to the top of the head or come all the way up. And after 5 breaths, tuck the chin in, come down. Take a breath here, and I want you to remember a beautiful day out in nature. It could be the same exact day. It could be another one. It could be a beautiful winter day in Woodstock, New York, skating on a pond at Wildwood Ashram. That was 2 years ago with Gloria and Jackson and Amanda. Half wheel on your own, full wheel, hands alongside your ears, underneath your shoulders. Push into your hands and feet, come to the top of the head or come all the way up. 5 breaths. I heard something very interesting the other day. Come down. Ask a prayer in front of your heart. We're reciting these beautiful mantras and prayers like thinking of others, to be uplifted, to be enlightened. We need to think of ourselves as one of those others. We're part of that. We also need to be enlightened and uplifted. So we're offering up the prayer to do that action, but also to remember that we're included in bringing that light in. Half wheel on your own. Full wheel, hands alongside the ears, underneath the shoulders. When you're ready, come up. 5 to 8 breaths. If you're doing any variations, come into your variation. Once you've come down, Draw your knees in your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. See the mantra now, they're singing about Ganesh. To protect the mind, repeating over and over his mantra. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. So I've done this trick in life when there's another that maybe I work with or come in contact with that initially I'm really annoyed with and have a difficult time being around. I just start reciting a mantra quietly whenever I see them. So what transforms is now I'm happy to see them because they've helped me remember God. They've helped kick in that beautiful protection for the mind. And then after a while I don't even notice, I'm not even annoyed anymore. I'm happy to see them. Did they change? No. Did I change? Most definitely. Alright, from here we're going to inhale, come up. You're going to set up for Paschimottanasana. Come onto the front of the sit bones. You're going to inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, walk the hands slowly. Take hold of something here, make a choice. Inhale, look up a second time. Exhale, folding forward. Put yourself in an enlightened mood. Repeat the mantra. From here, we're going to bend the knees a lot. Bring the heels in close for bound cobbler's pose. Open your feet up. Bring the thumbs to the inside. Lift the heart. Exhale, folding forward. Slow the breathing. Next inhale, you're going to come up. And you're going to straighten the legs. We're going to set up for our shoulder stand practice. If you want to bring the seat close to the wall or swing your legs up the side of a sofa, you can do that. Otherwise, we're going to come through Halasana. You're going to bring your hands flat on your back, and you're going to lift the legs towards the ceiling. Try to keep your hands flat on your back. Again, keep a little space for the throat. If you can't do that, it probably means you need some padding underneath your shoulders. Look for steady place. Again, remember, this could be your opportunity to practice bliss. I think a lot about Sharon's book, waking up, thinking of all the things you're grateful for, first thing. And then giving blessings, thinking of all the people in your life, people you love, people you don't love, and offering them a blessing, love and blessings. And then get up first thing, feed the birds, take care of somebody else. Carry bird seeds with you. In my car, in my teaching bag, I have bird seeds. I'm always ready. In my house, in this case, I feed the cats. There's my little furry birds. The idea of you take care of somebody else before you think of your small self. And she says, do asana every day. She gives us the magic 10. She says to dance every day, right? It's so amazing. She's so amazing. Get off the couch. Don't think about it. Just do it. She does it every day. She sets the good example. If you would see the lengths she goes to every day to celebrate God, to love God, to remember God, you would be inspired too. But they're private to her. She doesn't show them off. But you can be like Sharon. You can be like Ruth. Be like me. Be like you. Anyone that uplifts you, that inspires you, do what they do. Okay, let's inhale a breath here. Exhale, begin to lower the feet overhead into Halasana, plow pose. If your feet reach the floor, interlace your hands, draw your arms long in one direction as you push the heels in the opposite direction. An option to stay here, bend your knees alongside your ears, Parnapitasana. And straighten your legs, bring your hands on the floor, keep your head pressing down, arms pressing down, use the strength of the navel to come all the way down. And then we're going to do the counter pose of reclining goddess pose today. So bend your knees, feet are together, knees are falling to either side of the mat. You're going to rub your hands together, create some heat in the hands. I'm trying to remember that thing that Ruth said this morning. Something about love. What she's saying is like the state of being in love. It's the highest. It's a mood. It's the best possible place to be in. Right? So find love. Rub the hands together, create some heat, place both hands onto your chest. And then breathe into the expansive place in the body of the heart. And move one hand onto the throat. Think of carrying that wisdom of the heart to the words that we speak to one another. Again, people are watching. People are noticing how we treat each other. Be kind. Say kind words. Take one hand now and bring it on to the forehead. Think of filling the mind with these actions of love and service. And finally, rub the hands together, create some heat, and place both hands on the crown chakra, Sahasrara. This is the enlightened part of the self, the crown. Imagining the head opening up and all the light coming out and then coming right back in. And maybe again, bringing hands to the heart, passing through the heart. Maybe to above the navel, the place of action, Manipura. Below the navel to the place of emotions. And then finally to the ground, Muladhara. And the hands back onto the crown. You can practice bliss every single day. Go and be in the presence of someone who is beautiful that you love and adore. It could be a furry friend. Go out into nature. Stand in a place that makes you feel like you're celebrated. Treat others the way you want to be treated. These are not my words. I'm just repeating what I've heard from my valuable teachers, Ruth, Sharon, David, my children, my wife, my little kitty cat. Bring your hands now to the outsides of your knees. Gently bring them together. And you're going to straighten your legs. We're going to set up for a short Shavasana. I'm going to suggest that after practice today, you take a longer Shavasana. Completely offer up your body as if it was a corpse, as this is corpse pose. I offer this dying body to you, my Lord. I am free of this body and this mind. I am the enlightened self. When it's time to leave this body, I will do it freely. I will do it joyfully. Allow whatever you found today to settle into your heart and into your mind, giving you pause to remember that you are enlightened. There's a part of you that is that you can experience it in a little bit of a way every day. Just have to look for your reflection. It's in nature. It's in the faces of the ones that love us. If you're really powerful, you could even see it in the mirror. What you do with what's looking back at you, that's what's important here. Something to affirm your experience. Begin to lengthen your next inhale. Begin to move your fingers and toes, bringing consciousness back into your body. Drawing your arms long overhead, take a long stretch from your fingers to your toes. And then come to a comfortable seated position. We're going to finish by singing the mantra we sang in the beginning. Sat sangatve nisangatvam nisangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatvam nischalatatve nischalatatve Jivamukti Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Bhaja Govindam Mudamate. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And then bring your hands to prayer in front of our hearts. We give thanks to all of our beloved teachers. We give thanks to the highest teacher, especially the Sadguru, the inner teacher. Bowing forward, Om Bolo, Sadguru, Bhagavan Ki, Jai, Hari Om Tat Sat. Inhaling to come up. Nice to see all of you. Namaste. Please be excited about yoga. Please be inspired by these teachings. In 1999, when my wife was doing her Jivamukti training in New York City, it was an amazing class. All of the teachers, many of them became amazing teachers from that training. And one of them, you know her as Yogeshwari. She is going to be teaching a workshop. I should have written the date down, but I think it's, I'm going to say, it's either Wednesday or Thursday in the afternoon. I will have it for next class. I'll have the time and place. If you want to know, go onto the Nandi website, nandiyoga.com, and you can sign up for that beautiful class. We just did one with Emma Henry on Sunday. It was amazing. On Saturday, it was amazing. And it's really a service that Wendy and Andrew are providing for us. So have a great day. Remember who you are. Remember you're enlightened you. And homework, 20 minutes meditation. Again, if you have any questions, you can look me up on social media. Jeremy M. Moran on Facebook. Wide Awake SF on Instagram. I've started a YouTube channel, Jeremy M. Moran. I'm going to start putting classes on there on the days I don't teach here. So you can find me there if you've missed a class. And cooking classes are coming soon. I've already started to experiment with some of the filming of doing some cooking demos. So I'm going to offer those soon enough. Okay, namaste. Have a blessed day, everyone. Thank you.